Hello and welcome to this new video. I know it's been a long time since I've last uploaded a video, but this time it's an important one, and this special video is very dear and near to my heart, and I want you to get the information so you might not have to go through the same suffering and long never-ending process that I have. For this video, I wrote the script because of my health issues. I can't remember words or sentences, and because I'm Swiss German, so English is a second language. It's harder for me to remember and speak freely. So please excuse me if I read the text off screen sometimes. I try to look into your eyes on the other side of the screen. Just keep that in mind and forgive me also for grammar mistakes. Well then, let's get started. We talk about washi tape decluttering today. 15 questions to ask when you seem you can't get rid of them, and reasons behind your ever-growing collection. 1. Does the thing really work? Or is it sticky, dried out, crumbly because of the long time you didn't use that one? Is it still my style? It was around 2014 when I started to buy washi tapes. It was because I had started to use smash books and made photo albums for my 3 boys. The washi tapes were so neat, so versatile to use and so practical that I almost couldn't pass by a new roll when I saw it. Almost 10 years later, I feel like I'm a slave to my own collection. And going through all of them showed me clearly that I have outgrown many of them. I wouldn't buy them again. They're not representatives of my current style, but I kept them anyway. 3. Someday. One mistake you can make when buying a new roll is the thought of someday. I could use this exact design for XYZ. I am like that. My mind is an infinite source of inspiration. When I come across a design or an object, my mind instantly starts to create possible projects with it. Sometimes really neat ones, but are they realistic? Will I really take the time in the upcoming weeks to create all of these brain-given inspirations? Probably not, because I have already others on my desk that I'm currently working on. There's this beautiful saying, you should not believe everything you think. And actually in this case, it is more often true than not. And these false assumptions can directly lead to wrong decisions when buying new rolls. Also remember, the more stuff you buy for this future project in your mind will need X amount of time and energy to produce it. Are you really willing to give that project that space in your life? Are you willing to cut out the right amount of time to start and finish it? Probably not. At least not as many times as those ideas pop up in your mind. So it's helpful to raise awareness for yourself when those kind of inspirations occur. 4. It's a trap. I did it too. I also bought things because someone created beautiful art with it, at the same time selling his own fabricated product. The best example was James Burke. He's such an awesome artist, and he made look to draw and paint those beautiful women faces so easy that I went and bought all of his washi tapes he created. They were supposed to help me create similar beautiful collages as he did. He used his washi tape, which were part of women's faces like mouth, nose, eyes, and drew the rest around the washi tape, beautiful and each time different. The thing is, I can draw, I really can't. But somehow my head would think that if I buy those washes, I could magically do the same thing that James did. Well, in all of these years buying washi tapes, nothing magically or naturally happened. Two things did happen, though, as a consequence of buying those. I felt like a fool that I wasn't able to follow James' example. So besides of feeling down, I never ever touched the washi tapes again until I sorted them out and did let go of the guilt I felt for not being such an amazing artist as James is. 5. But it's so cute. This is a very important lesson. It's one of the most basic questions and the most impactful, I find. Listen up. Only because something is cute, pretty, beautifully done, well designed, has your favorite color combination on it, is neat, you don't need to own it. It doesn't mean it has to be in your possession. You can look at it. You can give it all the credits, and then you can pass the roll without buying it. Yes, you can. There must be more questions to be asked before you buy something because of the one fact that something is so cute. 6. Rushed decisions. That goes together with point number 5. When I was in shopping mood, I surely enough buy more things with less clear thinking and deciding than I would do today. Your brain will come up with many excuses why these additional rolls should find a way in your cart as well. But they might not be the bestest advice or reason. There is a reason why I accumulated so many washi rolls over the years and throw so many away now. I realized during the decluttering process that many of them weren't as loved as others. It's because they were only a side crush and not the main attraction. But they still found their way in my cart, in my home, and in my collection. 7. To get a certain style someone else made look easily reachable. I loved to watch creators doing vintage style layouts. I had a phase where I couldn't get enough to watch videos of them, layering pieces of old paper, stickers, put washi tape underneath and made it come together as a whole. I really envied the look of it and how it seemed so effortlessly done. The thing is, I am not good at layering either. I'm really not. But I thought to buy the same products used in those videos, I will finally be able to have neat looking vintage style layouts of my own. Spoiler alert, I have not. Never. What I do have more of are many sheets of vintage paper pieces. I even subscribed to monthly box for a while for this cause. I have many stickers and guess what? More washi tapes to fully embrace the style of vintage layouts. I had all the material needed, but still couldn't create this kind of layout. I have to accept that even though I am creative and I can learn new stuff, that doesn't mean that everything is for me. Beating myself up for it, I made a healthy choice. I stopped following those accounts, stopped watching their videos, and therefore stopped buying new stuff. 8. My health. In 2016, I started to have suspicious body symptoms. Even before the doctors confirmed my own observations, I knew the reason. 1 year and many doctor appointments and tests later, I was officially diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. The huge amount of pain I constantly have in my right arm and the many medicaments I had to try to treat the chronic pain changed my daily life enormously. I must be very careful with my energy level, and I am no more capable of doing the stuff the same way as I did before my diagnosis. This means that also my way of making art has changed. I can't sit 8 hours straight at my desk in my atelier anymore. Since I also suffer from migraine attacks, it's more often the case that I spend a few days of my week battle against headaches and in this time not being able to get anything done. Earlier we spoke about all those ideas popping up in my brain. In my current situation, I have to be a lot more thoughtful and very realistic about what I am really able to accomplish. So it would be wrongdoing if I dreamed about an artistic career which needs consistency more than anything else, which I cannot provide at this time of my life. When we realistically compare the amount of washi tapes I own and the smaller stack of energy and what it would cost time-wise to use them up, the result is self-explaining. So, to hold on to a maybe one day possible outcome, but stressing myself about not being able to be more productive is not a healthy choice and therefore not helpful. That's why I rather keep only those washi tapes that I will use now instead of holding on to a future that might never occur. 9. Washi Tape Mountain. Because of my health and adjustments I had to make, the tapes were becoming more and more a pain in the neck. I felt burdened by them and the sheer amount I accumulated over the years. I knew I had to do something about it, but I also knew that I would have to make a lot of tough decisions to turn Washi Tape Mount Everest into a walkable hill. All this time I was aware of the ground rules like only having those I really like and use on a regular basis, but there were so many of them that I felt simply paralyzed to ever be able to come to a decision. 10. Organization takes its toll. The past years, I spent uncountable hours of managing them, always looking for the perfect way to also make them reachable at all times. I so have not only wasted huge amount of money to buy washi tapes, but also additional money for all of the boxes, trays, and whatever storage solutions to have them organized and put away. I had to come up with ever-changing solutions, which had to change again when new tapes rolled into the stash. There was an enormous amount of mental and physical energy involved that never gets accounted in when buying the stuff. 11. Overwhelm. Since I also have ADHD, overwhelm is a huge topic for me. When you think about all you can choose from in your head alone, that might sound like a paradise. But in reality, the scenario demands too many decisions from you that it simply paralyzes you. The consequence you'll get from this is simple. you will use them even less, blinded by the masses. If you think you can never be parted from your washi collection, be assured, you can. But it does require to pick up each roll and make a new, actual valid decision about it. Questions to ask are, is this something I 100% see myself using the next few days or X amount of time? Would I buy it again? Or has its time maybe expired? Is it more an echo from the past? Did I like this once, but today no more? I have been there. I was actually a bit anxious about my future loss, and I was sure I'm going to feel grief. But guess what? I didn't miss one roll the moment I had decided to let go. And I never had the urge to go buy one back again. Be realistic. What is the worst impact it can have on your life anyway? Does it really change something to the negative that wouldn't have occurred if you would have held on to it? The realistic answer is no, none. Hey, they are still existing out there for you. If you really grieve so hard, go out and buy yourself some new ones. But ask yourself this time very clearly too, how much energy to buy and organize them, space, where to put them so the place is occupied by it, and money to buy all those pretty rolls and boxes and storage containers. Are you really willing to give them? 13. Special. Don't save your prettiest one to this special project or this special day. Special day is not in your week's agenda last time I've checked. 14. Buying sets. Buying sets of rolls seems very intriguing at first, but I realized quickly that I wouldn't have bought them if they were offered as a single piece because I didn't really like the design or the rolls with several tiny objects who would have taken an extra effort for me to cut them out and create collages. Who has the time and energy for that? Some for sure, yes, but not me. 15. The 80-20 rule. My boyfriend introduced me to the 80-20 rule theory. Since he is a natural, tidy and organized person and I am not, we shared many discussions. God bless him for his patience with me. About decision-making processes and such. He explained it very well. 80% of the time, people will use 20% of their belongings because they're simply their favorites or because of easy handling, good looks, best quality, etc. I took the rule and applied it on my washi tape collection and came to the same conclusion. There are some washi tape I grab clearly more often than others, especially when the others are put away, nicely even, but in another box somewhere on the bookshelf far from instant reach. So it would cost me an extra effort of my time and my precious energy to stand up and go over there, find the right box because there are multiples, and then on top of everything else that's already going on, need to choose from a lot of washi designs for that single one who finally won the race. Nope, not doing that 80% of my time. I deeply hope that this video was an eye-opener or at least really helpful for you. I may have addressed the topic in a harsh way for some of you, but at this point of my suffering, and I'm not even talking about my health condition here, but feeling like being a slave of my poor decisions of the past, I wanted to be as realistic, honest, clear, understanding and helpful as possible. Please keep in mind that I have been there myself, that I have stepped into the same traps, that I have bought stuff for the same reason of self-comforting behavior, boredom, loneliness, impulsiveness, as maybe some of you. I wish you the best from the bottom of my heart for your life, for your creativity, and for making the right decisions to achieve freedom on many levels so that your precious time and energy can be used for things you really love doing and not spending it on organizing your craft stuff for more than a reasonable amount of time. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye.